Jay Campbell was born in Shreveport as a bit of a surprise. His sister was 11 and his parents were middle-aged. However, the family unit was strong.
Lebanese dinners, because we were Lebanese. We'd have kibbeh and we'd have nai, we'd have tabbouleh, rolled grape leaves, stuffed squash, you name it. It was a full-blown Sunday dinner every Sunday. We went to Mass every week. My parents were fervent and devout Catholic.
He attended Catholic school and was a natural at math and problem solving. His world opened up when he attended Boys State at LSU in Baton Rouge.
I just was enamored with it because it was so big and it was very pretty. And this is in 1968.
Jay chose LSU over Tulane and Notre Dame.
So I think there was great relief in the Campbell and the Maroon and the Nasser household that he chose the cheap route, so to speak. But I got a great education at LSU, undergraduate in accounting, and then I went to law school.
He had an interesting career goal as college life began.
I wanted to go to the FBI. To go to the FBI back then, you had to have either a degree in accounting or you had to have a degree in law. And I said, well, what I'll do is I'll get both of them. They'll never turn me down, even though back then I had some pretty suspect vision.
While in school, a friend recommended Jay for a part-time job at a grocery warehouse called Associated Grocers. Most of the workers were related to the founders of the co-op.
And he thought I was just another Italian kid because he was Lebanese. But when he found out I was Lebanese, it was love at first sight. Fast forward 10 years from there, he became the best man at my wedding.
Before Jay graduated, his father died unexpectedly. He went to Shreveport for the funeral and was surprised to see the AG senior team drive up and attend the services.
That was such a compelling gesture on their part, and it told me very much about the culture of the company, that these were very special people, that they were that sensitive to the needs of a part-time worker. I guess they wanted to show that you're important, and it did show to me that I meant something to them.
Jay graduated law school and began full-time at Associated Grocers. He was in accounting but got to rub elbows with celebrities. During a Wheaties promotion, he brought Bruce Jenner to meet his girlfriend Libby Clay.
And she looks at him and says, "Hi, Bruce," and keeps on washing her car. Now, this guy was 6'3", small waist, big shoulders, the Beatles mop haircut. You know, he was a stud. And she didn't even look at the guy. And I said, "I'm marrying that girl."
And he did. The couple enjoyed travel, and Jay took up running to stay in shape. Little did he know that he was receiving the training he would need to someday lead the company.
So I was 25 years old, and I would sit in on every board meeting as the lawyer. And so they also knew that I was basically the controller.
In the early 70s, AG broke ground on a new facility on Anselmo Lane. The team knew that warehousing wasn't enough. They became a true distribution center.
Then we got into merchandising and marketing programs, advertising programs. All of these things were being added at a very high level for the stores. So it made them much more attached to the organization. It was almost like they were becoming wedded to the organization because we provided so much to them.
Associated Grocers continued to grow. Jay became president and CEO in 1995, and sales were at $2.5 billion. When he retired in 2017, those sales were over $7 billion. Although AG named a building after Jay for his contributions, he remains adamant that the heroes of the business are the independent grocers.
I said, my biggest fear is the independent retailer doesn't want to get out of bed and put the key in the front door. If that's the case, then I know we failed, because we haven't given him the confidence that he can rely upon us to help him, and he runs to the door and puts the key in the front door and says, "I got this." And our people took that to heart. I think that's why the organization succeeds today.
Jay learned about community service at a young age. His parents were fundraisers for Danny Thomas and the St. Jude Research Hospital in Memphis. He has served on dozens of nonprofit boards and was instrumental in forming the Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Research Foundation. Helping others is just a natural extension of his deep faith.
It's not about the size of your W-2 or your 1040 form or any of that stuff. It's about your contribution to making the world a better place. This is what we were all put here for, is to serve one another and to build meaningful relationships in the process.
Jay's relationship with Libby is the cornerstone to his success.
There's nobody more special to me in this life than my wife. She has been there for me every day, every week, all weeks, every year, all years. She's been the rock at our home, a friend, a lover, a special individual, and a child of God.
Upon learning of his induction into the Hall of Fame, Jay was humbled and thankful to so many.
The Baton Rouge Business Report for doing this in junior achievement and how they have shown young people how to strive in entrepreneurialism, all the literally dozens and dozens and dozens of people that I met and worked with at Associated Grocers. But they were very special people because they all shared that same vision of being a service to one another, service to others, and more importantly, building meaningful relationships.
A North Louisiana boy who traveled to study at LSU found a new family at Associated Grocers. He helped the business expand its services so that small entrepreneurs could compete and succeed against national providers. A Christian public servant, trusted advisor, and a dedicated husband. It is with great honor that Jay Campbell Jr. is inducted into the Baton Rouge Business Hall of Fame.